Alright guys, so we're here today with Kristee.
Hi.
My beautiful friend, and she's my esthetician. I talk about her all the time on my vlogs. We're here today because we decided to do a fun video that will help us girls out who are in their mid-20s and people still think they're like teenagers. So, I don't know, Kristee and I were just talking one day and we were like, Kristee was like, oh, I have an idea, like, why don't you show me how to like do my makeup to make myself look older, because I literally have issues whenever I go out anywhere because nobody believes me that I'm 24 years old. So, yeah, so that's what we're gonna do today. We did some research, like 2 weeks ago or something when we grabbed lunch, and we kind of just took notes about like what usually works to make yourself look older, and also just from experience, and we're just gonna try to make Kristee look older. So this is Kristee's face without any makeup. Super beautiful, beautiful eyes. So we're definitely gonna like use that to our advantage. I don't know, we're just gonna like glam Kristee up because she's excited to be glammed. So Kristee ended up bringing like some of her products because she has questions on how to use certain things. So we're gonna do that. I also have the James Charles palette here today, so we're gonna play with that too. And basically that's what we're gonna do. Just use some of my makeup and use some of hers, and I'm gonna show her how to use certain things to make her look older. What is this?
That is Urban Decay concealer.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting, fancy. We're gonna use some water cream by Tatcha. You've never used this stuff?
I've never used it.
Have you used any Tatcha?
Never.
I like Tatcha. Alright guys, so just because we're going for like an older look doesn't mean we have to skip moisturizing, because moisturizing is very important for your skin. Just ask Kristee.
I love this stuff. This stuff has hyaluronic acid in it too. So
oh, does it?
Yeah.
Mermaid skin. We're gonna use some mermaid skin on her too, because it's all about the hydration. You have a cut on your nose?
From my cat.
Ah! Is your cat secretly evil but looks cute on Instagram?
No, she got scared.
Oh.
I was holding her like a baby, and I played a video on my phone, and she freaked out because it was loud. So what's the trick to making your eyebrows look nice?
So I always take a pomade first. This is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and I kind of just like fill in the holes, like where you need extra coverage in your brows. And then I will go through and like set it with a powder.
Okay.
And if you don't have like any fancy like eyebrow powder, you can take a shadow, which is what I do for my brows, and it kind of just like makes it look more shaped and a little bit more realistic if you like fill in the like sparse parts a little bit first. Yeah. Also, if you ever get a little sloppy with your eyebrows, you can always go back in with the concealer and clean it up, which I'm gonna do anyway, so.
Okay.
This is literally what I do with my eyebrows. Pomade, powder, and then I clean it up with concealer.
Okay.
I like always clean my eyebrows up with concealer, no matter what.
So that's why you do them first, your eyebrows?
Yeah. I feel like one of the most important parts about the face is the eyebrows, so I try to do that first. So now I'm just gonna like, go through and clean it up with concealer.
I love that concealer.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
So you have it?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a good brow coating concealer. Just move it down towards the eyelid.
Do you just do it under the bottom?
Sometimes I do the top too. Like if I feel like I need extra shaping up top, I will do the top too. And then I'll take the rest of the concealer and just pat it on the eyelid. Now you have setting powder. So I'm gonna take some setting powder, but this is the Laura Mercier, right?
I love this setting powder.
You do?
Yes.
So I always go through and set the lid, even if you're going to do eyeshadow, because you want it to have a nice base. If you're going for more of a bright colored look, or you want it like super defined, going in and packing a color instead of setting it is also an option too. But if you're a beginner at makeup, setting your eyelid is a good thing because you're going to be able to blend it better. And also, if you aren't going to wear any eyeshadow, make sure you set your lid too, because if not, you're gonna crease. And that's not a pretty look in the middle of the day when you're like, eyelids creased. And then today for her eyes, when we did research, we found that doing like bronzer or like kind of like a light smoky eye is really good. It appears to make you look a little older, maybe because in the 90s they used to wear smoky eyes and like grunge looks. I don't know, I don't understand why. I have no idea why.
I don't know.
But yeah, so we found out that like bronzer or like a smoky eye is the best way to go. Sometimes even, I think I have bronzer on my eye today. Yeah, so I did bronzer on my eyelids today. So sometimes even when you want a little bit of definition, but you don't really want to like wear a bunch of makeup, just taking some bronzer, you know, gives some definition to the eye look. And it looks like you put a lot of effort in, but you really didn't. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna show what I would do if I was just throwing bronzer as an eyeshadow. And then I'm also going to go through again and I'm going to do more of like a smoky eye with the James Charles palette. And Kristee has this new Cheerleaders Pink Squad palette. It's their blush, bronze, and highlight palette by Benefit. So she just got this, and so she asked me about it and if I could show her like different ways to use it. And actually this palette is super nice because you can use it all different kinds of ways. So it has some bronzers that you can use and contours. It has a highlight. I think this is another, it's like a blush with a little bit of highlight, and then this is just a blush. So you can literally just use this, like a lot of summer looks too. You could just use like a bronzer in your crease or even a blush in your crease. You can also take this highlight color and like pop it on your lid if you want a different like, you know, shimmery color. So like this is a very like versatile palette. You can use it all over your face. You can use it for blush and contour and bronzer like normal, or you can use it on your eyes too. So you can use it like, you could take this and go and you'd be good. So we're gonna go through and we're gonna take some of the bronzer. We're gonna take the Hoola bronzer on just like a fluffier brush, and I'm just gonna buff that into her crease. Kind of like circular motions to kind of blend it out, and I kind of flick towards the outside of the eye too, because I just like that look a lot. Also, another tip too, so Kristee has blue eyes, and browns look super duper good on people with blue eyes. So this is going to be actually super good for her. She has some like definition in her crease now. And literally all she did was take a fluffy brush and a little bit of bronzer, and she got that look. And what you can do too is you can like pop it into the crease, then you can also like pop it on the lid a little bit too. So this is like all over a bronze eye once you pop it onto the lid. So you could just go with it being in your crease, or you can continue by adding some more bronzer onto your lid to make it an all over bronze look. Okay, but see, as you can see, this is the one, her eye with the bronzer all the way through, and this is the one with the bronzer in the crease. So you can just add some definition to your eye and make it look like you put a lot of effort into your makeup look by just putting bronzer in your crease and just blending it.
Easy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then go on the other eye and do it again. So just by popping it in the crease and kind of wiggling it back and forth. And then I also like bring it on the lid. And you would just finish this look off on her eyes by just taking some of the bronzer with a smaller brush just underneath her lash line, and it'll bring it all together. So this is one look that you can do that's super easy. It's kind of like that smoky eye kind of effect, but it's super like natural, but it looks like you put effort into your makeup.
Yes.
And it makes your eyes look more like defined, which I think when your eyes look more defined, that's what makes you look older. Alright, so now we're gonna go in with the James Charles palette. It's like it can't fit in the frame because it's so big. Okay, and I'm just gonna take some of the darker shades he has. Start off by adding some of the shade called Punch Me. Kind of like a warm tone brown. And I'm just gonna add it to the crease for a little bit more definition. And you can also go through and take another fluffy brush and just blend. And then I'm just gonna go for the darker shade. Just gonna jump right in since we already have a base, I guess.
Yeah.
For the brown, I'm gonna go in with the shade called T. These interesting shade names. And we're just gonna like literally darken up this eye with that. So I'm placing it and then I'm kind of just like moving it back and forth. And I'm just gonna take it in that same shade T and kind of just pat it on her lid, right by the lash line. Look at that. Boom!
Wow.
Doesn't it make you look older already?
Already it
Just
is.
looking at yourself. Do you ever wear like dark shadows on your lid?
Mm-mm. I don't usually wear eyeshadow.
No?
No.
Start with your bronzer and then work a like brown shadow on. And it doesn't need to be like as dark as this one. You can do a little bit lighter. Other thing that we found out about like looking up how to make yourself look older, they talked about lashes or a significant amount of mascara. The bronzer look with the eyelashes closed.
Yes.
And then that's like an actual smoky eye, which if you're going out at night, that would be a good one. If you're going out during the day, you would want to do like more of a bronzer one. We're gonna move on to the face, and when we did some research on the face, we found out that like wearing a lot of makeup is not really something that's gonna make you look older.
Yeah.
Because when you put a lot of makeup on, especially all the girls who like wear full face, like full coverage foundations, you actually make yourself look more like a doll, and that makes you look younger because it makes your skin look like flawless. So one thing you can do is you can do what I like to do with my face, and I literally just have concealer on. I don't wear a full face of foundation. I just take the concealer and I put it in the center of my face and like on any places where you think you need it. You can do something like that, or you can go in with a foundation, just a lighter coverage. And you can also do the same kind of thing where you just apply the foundation closer on the inside of your face and just blend it out. So Kristee actually got the concealers that I like. What is your skin normally like though? Is it dry? Is it combination? Is it?
If anything, it would be dry.
Okay, so I use this because I am super dry. I apply this concealer on Kristee, and I would literally just apply it under the eyes, on the cheeks right here, obviously on the nose, because the nose always needs more coverage because we tend to touch it more, and then like on the chin. A little on the forehead. And I kind of just go through and blend it out. If you feel like you need a little bit more, like if you feel like it's too drying, you can take some setting spray. So I'm going to take the Morphe setting spray, close for me. I just spray it on my face, spray it on the beauty blender that I'm using, and then I just go through it and blend it out, and it blends it out nice and seamlessly. makes your skin look flawless and not really like, you're not really, yeah, not caked on, and you can still see her like natural skin on the outside of her face. And I really like that. Also, if you need like more coverage in certain places, you're just gonna go back through and add more coverage. Kristee was like, wow, you wear a foundation or a concealer without like blending it all over your face? Yeah, you can do that. If you have the right shade,
yes,
and you're not trying to be tanner than your actual face is, then you're fine. So, yeah, if you fake tan, this is not really a good thing for you. You're gonna have to wear a full face foundation. Sorry, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
It's amazing.
Natural, doesn't it?
It looks so natural.
Mm-hmm. And even
like
when you set it,
kind
it
of.
is super luminous.
Yeah.
That's why I like it. So I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna set her on that side. Look up again for me. And boom shakalaka, just like that.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. It's
it like brightens it so, and it looks like your skin.
Yeah, it does.
This is one side with the concealer as a foundation just blended out versus her other side. I know, I love this stuff. So again, I'm just gonna go through and do the same thing I did. First applying it under her eyes, on her cheeks, down her nose, on her forehead, and then right here I'm just gonna add a little bit more because she has a little spot right there.
Thanks.
Thanks. And that is that concealer all blended out as like a foundation. I always go through after I set it too, and I just spray it with my setting spray again. And then another thing that we found when we looked up how to make yourself look older was by contouring. So contouring, do you do a lot of contouring?
I try to because I feel very pale. So I try to
add some more. Yeah. We're gonna go in and we're gonna start by adding some bronzer first. Adding some bronzer first is going to help give her face an all over glow. I like brush it into the hairline because that kind of blends it out a little bit more. And then also, if you wanted to, you could take it under your jawline and down your neck. Put it everywhere. It just adds a little bit of color to your face. So see like that side versus the other side that has nothing on it.
Yes.
I also take some too, and I kind of like pat it off and I put it on my nose. It just like brings the look together.
Yeah.
So the center of your face isn't super
pale.
Bright. It's gonna give you an all over like glow.
Yes.
Of your face.
That's
yeah.
better.
I'm gonna take a different color for contouring because you are very pale. You're gonna want to use something a little bit cooler for contouring.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna go in with the Anastasia, which one is this, contour kit? I think it's the light to medium. Take the middle shade right there, and I'm just gonna take this angled brush that Kristee has, and I'm just going to hollow out her face. I'm just gonna do like the same thing that I was doing by like patting it in and then sweeping towards the hairline. But you're also gonna want to keep your contour higher up instead of low. Because if you put it too low, then your cheekbones are gonna look lower.
Right.
You can also smile too, and then you can see where it kind of just like, you just hug like right under that cheekbone that you have right there, girl, because you got a nice cheekbone. Don't be afraid too if you feel like it's a little too harsh, because you can literally just take your bronzer brush again.
And blend it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go through again and just kind of blend it with the bronzer brush that we were using. Now I'm gonna take some of her powder again, and I'm just gonna cut her cheekbone with the sponge. And then I just let that sit for a little bit. This is Kristee so far with her smoky eye and then her like bronzer eye. We're gonna add her smoky eye after so she can go to work and not look like a weirdo. But so we talked about this before, but we didn't write it in our notes. I was talking about blush. A lot of people do not use blush anymore. A lot of people are like,
do.
But blush actually gives like a youth, but it also like gives you like more life to your face. A lot of people who are older like to use blush because it was more of like a popular thing to wear back in the day.
I feel like because I'm so pale that sometimes I can look like a clown with like two pink cheeks.
Yeah. So I would recommend maybe using a brush like this.
Okay.
So it's not as
So it's not gonna get as much color on it.
Yeah, and you can always like blend it out again.
Yeah.
With that brush that we use for the bronzer. I'm gonna go in with her Benefit palette again, and I'm gonna take some Dandelion because I think it's super duper pretty. We're gonna take a little bit because we're gonna work our way up. And I'm just gonna start by popping this blush on the apples of her cheeks. And I'm just gonna go through and kind of blend it into the contour. I think that blush is super important, and I also know that blush tends to come off faster, so the more you put on, it's not gonna stay like that all day. Using blush too, it just makes your cheekbones like pop more, I feel like too. Yeah. So you're just gonna blend it, and it just goes right on top of that contour that we did. Also, again, I will take some of this and I will pop it on the nose too.
The blush?
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Not much. Just a little bit. Because then I feel like it brings it all together too.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me, hair. Go away. You look so much older, especially this side.
I know. So much older.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Super pretty though. I'm gonna go back through, and I'm kind of just gonna blend away that line. The next one is obviously highlight. I like highlight. I like being glowy.
You love highlight.
Yes.
Favorite.
Yeah. It's literally my favorite part. So I'm gonna have you close your eyes. Before I apply highlight, I always apply a setting spray. This is also to help like the powders that you just put on your face like settle in. Mm-hmm. But also when you apply highlight on top of a setting spray, it sticks better.
Oh, that's good to know.
So I'm gonna take this Anastasia Glow Kit. This is a sugar one, is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna take this Starburst color real quick. Oh, I actually like this highlight for your skin, because then it's not too much.
Oh, I see, because the white might be too stark white.
Yeah. And so we're trying to go for a little bit like more mature looking.
Right.
So maybe not using something so blinding would be better.
Yeah.
That's nice, right?
Yeah.
And then I apply some on the nose, because we like a good nose highlight. Kristee's like, no I don't, but okay.
Cupid's bow?
Yeah, Cupid's bow, and then I also take some on my chin. I also take some like right here, above the brow.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Because it just like brings the whole thing together.
Okay.
We're bringing some highlight up here too.
Yes. That's great. I actually like the pink, I think, better.
Better.
Yeah.
It suits your skin tone a little bit better.
So when would you use the darker, would you only use the darker ones if you're darker skin toned?
So this one you can actually probably use in the summer on top of like a bronzer if you want to be really glowy.
Okay.
And this one's like more of a glitter, so you would use it more when you wanted like that more glitter effect.
Okay.
Like if you were going out and like doing something fun, you'd maybe want to add more glitter.
Okay.
Alright, you ready? You look so much older.
It's crazy.
How much makeup changes like your face.
I love this side. I didn't think I was gonna like this side, but I actually like this side.
Nice and highlighted.
Yes.
Okay, and then we also read while we were doing our research about darker lips, because it's more of a mature color. Instead of like a light pink, you're gonna use something that's a little bit darker. This is more of like a mauve color.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would look really good. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna take the bronzers that we used on her lighter side with just the bronzer and look up. And I'm just gonna go on her lower lash line. And doing this just brings the look together. Also, if you guys ever wanted to glam up the bronzer eye, you can always do a like highlight color like right on the lid. to make it like pop. Okay, again, I'm gonna take the bronzer and I'm gonna go on this lower lash line. Just kind of blend it in. I'm gonna take this darker shade, the tea shade that we used on her lid, and I'm just gonna gently and carefully blend this in her lower lash line. Now I'm gonna keep the darkness mostly towards the outside and just blend it in. And now it like brings it together more.
Yeah, it does.
Because if you just left it, it would look really bare. I'm gonna go in with ring light. And I'm just gonna highlight your brow bone. And I'm gonna pop a little bit from the inner eye. Good.
Yeah, it looks really good.
How to make Kristee look older. Do you feel older?
Yes.
Okay, so now we need to finish off the look and give you some darker lips.
Alright. This is the brand Bite.
Bite Beauty?
Yes. And the color is...
Glace? Glass? Glace? I think it's glace.
I don't know.
Glace.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have Kristee apply that. While doing our research, we found that using a darker lip, you get taken more seriously. If you're using a like bright pink lip, it just makes you look too young. How do you feel about the power of makeup?
I love makeup.
Isn't it awesome?
Yes.
And then would you ever picture yourself wearing a smoky eye like this?
Definitely. I'm gonna try it.
But would you do it, would you have done it before?
Never.
No.
No way. I never would have done a smoky eye, but now I'm going to try it. And I'm not as pale with the contour.
Yes. And then you have a glow, but it's not too crazy of a glow.
Yes. So my skin tone's more even, but not cakey.
Your eyebrows look good.
My eyebrows look so much better. They're symmetrical. So I really like that. Yes.
So do you think you're going to start using a pomade and a powder and stuff to try to get your... Yeah. You
Yeah.
know what you can do after too is you can always take like a brow gel and kind of like...
Oh, brush it through?
Yeah, and you can get a shade that's lighter, a little bit lighter, so then you can add a little bit more like definition into your eyebrows.
Yeah.
And I would definitely serve you a drink if I was a bartender. Just wanted to let you know that. How do you feel?
Fabulous.
Fabulous. Older.
Older.
Ready to go get a drink, but instead go to work. Alright, I was just telling Kristee that, like, too bad we can't finish this video by, like, going out and seeing if it actually works. go to the bar and get a drink and see if it actually works. Maybe next time I'll do it. I'll have her do her makeup like this. And then we can go out and get a drink. Maybe we'll do that as a part 2.
Good idea.
Yeah, we'll try it out.
Alright.
Because Kristee has to go to work, so.
Yes.
Which sucks, because I would love to spend the rest of the day with her.
No, me
I'm so glad you came out this way.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
love
you.
it.
You feel more comfortable with all your makeup that you have now? And
Yes.
You're ready to experiment more? And wear eyelashes?
Tomorrow. Yes.
Okay, cool. Are you gonna send me pictures?
Yes.
Very cool. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and seeing how you could look older with makeup. We had a lot of fun.
Yes, we
It
did.
was a good time. We learned new things together. Kristee was happy that I got to use some of her makeup so she can see like different ways to use it. Like the Anastasia highlight palette, she usually used the lighter shade, but she didn't realize that the like more rosy pinky shade would be better for her. Especially because she's not trying to go as like a super highlighted woman. She's trying to go as like a more natural, sophisticated, mature woman. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this if you enjoyed this video. If you want to see Kristee on my channel more, please let us know. Also, she does my facials. So if you guys want to learn anything about facials or anything like that, you can head over to her page, which is
Skincare by Kristee.
On Instagram, right?
Yes.
Do you have Facebook too?
I do.
Okay, so
yes.
Skincare by Kristee. You can also find her from my beauty pages too. Yeah, we wanted to get together and do this video, and yeah, hopefully you'll be back on my channel, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, bye guys. Thank you so much.
I could never be a model. Could never.
No, you totally could. Because you're beautiful.
I could not.
You're beautiful.
Oh,